Hey guys, got a video for you. I'm kind of thinking that 5 lumens might be like the perfect low mode. And I don't know whether you would agree. You can comment below. Tell me what you think. Obviously, that's subjective to your situation, your scenario. And for me, not every situation. I guess I would say 5 lumens is perfect. You know, if you're a contractor or you're a maintenance guy at a large plant or something, I would say 5 lumens isn't going to be very useful. You might want something that's like 35 on low, maybe, just to give you run times. But for, I guess, what I'll call the average EDCer, the average EDC light task, I think 5 lumens might be perfect. And I've kind of realized some things that I just never thought of about 5 lumens that I thought I would just kind of share. So first off, this was obviously my most quote unquote used light. This does very little pocket time, but this gets used around the house a lot for projects. It's an old Surefire E1L Outdoorsman. It is 5 lumens on low, 45 on high. And I always use it on 5 lumens around the house. It's always been enough. I get in the attic, go into the house. You know, I don't need 45, and the 5 lumens gives you like 45 hours of runtime, so it's perfect. And now I've been carrying this i3T a lot. It's 5 on low, 180 on high, and I find that 5 is just doing the day-to-day tasks. You know, looking under the couch, you know, searching in the van for something somebody dropped. Looking up in the attic if you need to get something, you know, looking behind a table or a desk, whatever it is. I think that the vast majority of people would find themselves dealing with 5 lumens is really seems to be the magic number to me. And I also realized that my favorite light company, or one of them, is Surefire. Surefire, the E1L Outdoorsman, I don't even know how old this light is. I mean, this light is so old that the high mode is 45 lumens, okay? This is back when they first started introducing LEDs. Like when LEDs, Surefire switched from in-can over to LEDs, you know, 45 lumens was impressive, you know? And so from back then, let's say 8 to 10 years, I'm just assuming, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, it has to be close to 8 years. And anyway, over that period of time, Surefire has always increased their brightness, okay? This is 45 lumens, this is 400, all right? And Surefire doesn't push the lumen count on lights like a lot of cheap companies do. They're not in the game of, you know, we're the brightest flashlights. They are making solid, useful tools, okay? So there is a bit of a different game that they're playing. However, even though the high mode has steadily increased over the years, the low mode on their lights are still 5 lumens. You know, this one I just picked up not too long ago, Backup MV, 5 lumens on low. 8 years ago, 5 lumens on low. I think they have also just realized that it just works. 5 lumens is just, it gives you that balance of light and runtime that most people need. And, you know, this guy, for instance, one of my favorite things about this light, the i3T EOS from Olight, is 5 lumens will run for, they claim, 16 hours. And I've seen the charts where guys have done the fancy chart thing that I would never be able to do, where they graph the actual output and runtime, and it's impressively consistent and regulated at 5 lumens. At 5 lumens, I mean, it's just 5 lumens straight out to 15 point something hours, so just under the claimed 16-hour mark. And to me, that, I like that. I don't like on high at 180 lumens, it starts, you know, at 180 and instantly within a minute or so drops down to like 60. I don't know, it's crazy how fast it drops. I don't like that about flashlights. I don't like when they push that, that brightness, but it only runs for, a minute. However, in my last video, I have explained how I'm understanding where that can be useful, I guess. So, despite the highs, because I'm not really diving into high modes right now, low mode is really just nailing it with these lights, and it's 5 lumens for me. Again, I have a brother-in-law that's in contract work or more of your maintenance type scenario, and I wouldn't recommend a light with 5 lumens for low. Like I would say you need to go with something in around 35, or something that's going to give you long run times but be closer to the 50 lumen mark, because you're going to be in massive buildings, and it's so it is dependent on your use case. I think for the average person walking around or in their house or in their office job, I think 5 lumens is just a sweet spot. I think it'll just work. And I used to be a big fan of 3 mode lights, and this is an example of one. And I guess I liked 3 mode lights because it gave you like a medium and a high, but I really liked moonlight. So it was kind of like you had a low and a high, and then you had like a moonlight, which would run forever. This light I keep this light because it's just, there really isn't anything like zebra light, in my opinion. I guess O-Light is attempting to be zebra light in some of their stuff, but zebra light, when you have moonlight 1 lumen that runs for over 30 days on a double A, it's a little impressive. And then you've got your what they call medium and high, and that can then be divided like 3 more different ways. It's insane how many options there are with zebra light. But to me, depending on how you have to activate the different modes, I'm finding I still prefer simple clicky lights where it's just 1, 2, and that low being 5 lumens. This, you have to kind of half press and hold for a few seconds, like a 0.6 of a second, then you get your moonlight. If you double tap, you get your medium, but you see it just like it flashes high and then goes to medium. Not a fan of that. And then your high is single click. So you can instantly get to all the modes, which on some lights, it's harder to get to the, you gotta cycle through your modes. You gotta go low, medium, high. So if you have a moonlight or something, that's not gonna be helpful. So then you gotta click again and go to medium and then click off. And so some lights are a little more cumbersome with 3 modes. Zebra light, it did a great job. I mean, you can get to all 3 modes from off, which is phenomenal. So if you want 3 mode light, you really need to look at zebra light, but it's not quite the point of the video. I do find for day-to-day tasks, your simple, clicky style, dual mode, high-low, and I'm finding 5 lumens to be that sweet spot for me. This one is a 18650. I've got the this is the MD2. I've got the dual mode ring pre-installed, so it is 450 on high, 18 on low, I believe. So it's got, for someone that needs more than 5 in their daily, low mode tasks, then you need to look at something, like this, or some of the Phoenix lights, I believe, are 35 on low, which I think would be another great option for people. But for the majority of the people that I know or would be recommending lights to, I really think 5 lumens is kind of that number. I think it's useful. I haven't had any issues with it in my own day-to-day use case. And if I do need more light, then I've got a high mode. Whichever light I've got a high mode. So I can always put out more light. So anyway, if you want a one and done for every scenario flashlight, you may have to get like a 3 mode light. I think that's the draw to 3 mode lights for me, is you've got super low for you know, stuck in a cave scenarios. And then you've got medium for using it day to day. And then you've got high. And it kind of, it's like if I couldn't have all of them, if you could only have one light, then this zebra light really would be hard to beat, even though it's not my favorite to carry. I don't. This is just, this does it all. This has got high instantaneously, so kind of got that defensive element. It's got moonlight that runs forever. It's got medium for most tasks, and it's a AA. I mean, it really, like, you really can't beat this light from a you know, argumentative standpoint. However, in my pocket most of the time, well, most of the time lately has been this, but in my pocket and what I enjoy using are dual mode, 5 lumen, turn off, good to go. So anyway, just kind of an interesting realization I had. Very proud that Surefire is still rocking 5 lumens. To me, it's great. Maybe you guys hate it. I don't know. But I thought it was an interesting topic, and I thought it was very interesting to see the history of, you know, they're still using 5 lumens. So if you guys want some 5 lumen lights, then, I don't know, check out Surefire. They're obviously a little expensive. So look at Olight's got some good ones. Phoenix, I think, has some that hit 5. They've got some that hit 35, you know, depending on your scenario. But yeah, 5 lumens. There you go, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think, and I will talk to you guys later.